I would describe Gary's music as romantic.
He's just a lyrical writer and a lyrical vocalist, and he's so smooth.
I would describe Gary Taylor's music as, first of all, good songs, well thought out songs.
Deep inside my mind there lies a place where I am safe from all the complications love forever puts me through. Nowhere do I run because my heart is so connected to this thing in life I've somehow grown accustomed to. Doors are always opening for me to have the things I want, but many times I end up on forbidden path. It's you I need to show me where to go and what to do, because it feels like my direction will never last. Take control of my heart, baby. Take control.
To do this record as an artist and to be accepted as an artist, it's very important for me.
Take control of my mind.
I want to be an artist. I want to write music, sing it, and produce it myself.
Artist-producer Gary Taylor, an industry veteran whose writing talents have spawned hits for The Whispers, Vesta, Carl Anderson, Ray Parker Jr., Anita Baker, and Layla Hathaway, to name a few.
My cousin wrote a song for Anita Baker's album, Giving You the Best That I Got, and he called me up and he was asking me if I had anything to send to her. And I'm like, you know, Anita's like, the rumor is she's gone through 200 songs already. I don't want to be song number 201. I had the song sent to her anyway. And one day I came home and there's this message on my machine, and I still have the tape of Anita Baker telling me how much she's in love with this tune, how she wants to record this song. And I was like, I had to like go to 7-Eleven and get some crazy glue because I came unglued. I could not believe, wait a minute, this is like song number 201 of all these songs she's rejected, and she took this tune. So I was elated.
Your love is rare and like the finest of wine. It just gets better with time.
Well, the first time I heard Just Gets Better with Time, Gary Taylor song, it really reminded me something that Nick Caldwell and the group would write. It was what I call a whisper song. The songs that we look for that mean a lot to us seem to always have kind of a theme that has a timelessness about them. And most of these songs are like that. When we first heard Scotty talked about Just Gets Better and My Heart, Your Heart, they were songs, the first thing I said was that I think that 15 years from now you can sing this song and it will be just as entertaining.
Yeah, but Scotty, how do I go up and do My Heart Wants to Be There For You?
Especially after you guys did it.
I played it for Scotty of The Whispers one day, who was so excited he almost knocked the sunroof out of my car.
I'm telling you, my heart, ooh, wants to be there for you.
My Heart, Your Heart was an attempt for me to do a sister song to a song like Just Gets Better with Time. I'm Coming Back was originally written for Vesta. Vesta did it one way, and then I recut the song years later on Layla.
I'm coming back for you.
Layla did it another way, two entirely different songs. One is a more laid-back feeling, and one is a more intense feeling, and both of them I appreciate.
What's it gonna take to start it over? What's it gonna take to get us back to square one?
That song in particular, I like the melody to it. And I like the idea of returning back to the beginning to get it right. The production process was real different for me because nobody ever produced anything on me before. I always did it all myself. He likes to give a message between the male and female, which I personally like a lot.
I got involved with Gary as a producer, and he was, first of all, very funny and very open and just a good brother, you know, just a good brother.
Carl Anderson just did a song called I'm No Stranger, and when I did the demo of it, I liked it while I was doing the demo, and I think it wore off by the time I walked out of the studio the next morning. So, and then I just recently heard Carl do it, and it was like, this is what the song needed. It needed somebody who can sing it.
It's actually what's pretty intimidating for me to have to repeat his demo.
But we can't keep going. In and out of love. Keep on crawling in and out of my life. In and out of love.
In and Out of Love was about a relationship I was in and out of with a young lady, and it's when you get to a certain crossroad where you realize that isn't working anymore and you really want to be out of it as much as you want to be in. I Live For You is about my kids because they keep me humble. My daughter, I am not by any stretch of the imagination my daughter's favorite artist. She just had a t-shirt sent from Milwaukee with all of her favorite artists on the back of it, and needless to say, Dad was not on there. It was Moni Love and, you know, Heavy D and all that. She loves rap. So she keeps me honest, and my son likewise.
I was talking with Vanessa Williams one day, and she told me that after she finished her pop R&B record, that she was going to immediately start work on a Brazilian jazz sort of record. And we were talking about the contents of the record, and I was giving her some names of, you know, different Brazilian artists. I mentioned Carlos Jobim and Tanya Maria, some other people, people that she could probably write with or get songs from. And, you know, she was one step ahead of me. She said, oh, I've got this cat that I just heard on the radio, and he's this guy out of England, and his name is Gary Taylor. And she had heard this song on the radio called Sign My Life Away, which is a Brazilian thing that Gary wrote. And I just had to laugh simply because, you know, I had to tell her, Vanessa, he's not out of England, he's out of Inglewood, California.
Having written that song from the relationship standpoint, it was me being willing to look at the person I'm with and saying, you know, whatever your will, whatever your way, because I'm out of this. I've already asked you to take control.
Take control of my heart, baby. Take control of my heart. Show me how to get it started. Take control.
I know that I have had countless numbers of situations where I thought I can be involved in relationships, and I've always managed to goof them up. I've always managed to get it to a certain point and not know how to go any further. And then look at somebody and honestly say, now you take it from here.
Show me how to get it started. Take it all, baby. Take control of my mind. Teach me how.
I think Gary Taylor is not only a great producer, but he's a great vocalist. When he gets out here, I just know it's going to be thunder, because he's got it. He's got all the tools, you know, at his disposal to work with.
He doesn't try to do anybody else's thing. He does his own thing, and it comes from the heart.
And I think he's just one of those undiscovered gems.
He's got a musical strength and an energy, and his honesty has weight.
I'm losing you. Oh, walk me beyond the walls that serve as my protection. Open up my eyes to see the love in you.
I want people to just look at me as being a person who had something to give. Thank God I was given this gift to do this, because I love it too.
To do the things that lovers do. Take control, take me